Welcome back, radiant soul of Leo. If these words have found you today, know that it is no accident. The universe doesn't shout, it whispers, and right now it's calling you inward into the sacred fire of your becoming. Something ancient and powerful is stirring. On May 24th, Saturn, the great teacher and guardian of karmic lessons, crosses into Aries, the sign of sacred initiation, raw fire, and divine courage. And this, Leo, is your moment. This is not just a planetary shift, it is a spiritual summoning, a silent drumbeat in the heart of your soul that says, rise, not in haste, not in noise, but in deep, unwavering alignment with your truth. Saturn in Aries awakens the soul warrior within you, the part of you that remembers your purpose, that has walked through fire before, and now returns not to prove anything, but to live fully, deliberately, and with sacred intention. You are not being asked to chase, you are being called to claim. The light you once searched for outside of you is now igniting from within. This is your power. This is your time. You are stepping into a phase where action must be aligned with spirit, where every decision becomes a ritual and every step a declaration of your soul's sovereignty. So today, Leo, listen closely. The old timelines are collapsing. The old roles are shedding. And what remains is you. The version of you that no longer apologizes for taking up space, for choosing peace, for walking away from noise that dims your light. From here we begin the next chapter, guided by cosmic messages, ancient symbols, and the quiet brilliance of your inner flame. Let's step into it together, and so, dear Leo, as we continue this journey together, I want to speak to you. Not as someone reading stars from a distance, but as someone walking beside you in this very human, very sacred path. Because beneath the transits and timelines, beneath the signs and symbols, there is something deeper guiding all of this, and that is love. Not the kind of love that is loud or theatrical, not the kind you need to earn or chase, but the quiet, steady frequency of love that already exists inside you, the love you were born from and are always returning to. This moment in your life is calling you to connect with it again. Not for show, not because someone told you to, but because your nervous system, your heart, your soul, they're all tired of bracing against the world. They are asking for softness. You are being guided now to return to your heart, not just as a metaphor, but as a daily practice, to breathe more slowly, to speak more gently, to notice what feels nourishing and what feels like noise. The energy around you is magnetic right now, Leo. And the truth is, you are attracting whatever you're vibrating with. If you want peace, then live peace. If you want love, then embody it first. The world responds not to your words, but to your presence. For many of you, there's been too much stimulation lately. Too many voices, too much comparison, too much urgency that isn't yours. I feel it too. And I want you to know it's okay to step away. It's okay to silence the apps, the arguments, the expectations. Your peace is not a luxury. It's your compass. And the more you protect it, the more clearly you'll hear the voice of your higher self speaking to you, not in thunder, but in truth. So today I invite you to treat your peace like it matters. Let it become your sacred boundary. Let it shape your choices. You don't have to explain your quiet to anyone. You don't have to justify your softness. You are not here to fight your way forward. You are here to feel your way forward, rooted in compassion, steady in truth. This path is not always glamorous. It won't always look like victory to others. But I promise you, Leo, the deeper you lean into love and the more fiercely you protect your peace, the more the universe will rise to meet you with exactly what your soul has been calling in. And now, Leo, let's talk about momentum, not the kind that rushes or pushes, but the kind that builds with purpose. You're not being asked to run right now. You're being asked to move with intention. With Saturn now in Aries, there's a steady flame inside of you that wants to be honored. Not rushed, not scattered, just committed. And I want you to know, there's no shame in moving slowly if the direction is right. This is a moment where consistent, grounded action matters more than big gestures. The universe is watching how you show up, not just when you're inspired, but when no one is clapping. That's what builds true momentum. That's what cultivates mastery. You're being encouraged to put one foot in front of the other, even if all you can manage is one clear step a day. Because each step is a vote for the future you believe in. You're not late. You're laying foundation. And above all else, what I feel strongest for you now, Leo, is a reawakening of your dreams, not the ones you outgrew, but the ones you buried because they felt too far away or too bright to be realistic. But destiny doesn't forget. And the alignment around you right now is gently guiding you to lift your eyes again. To look toward what once lit you up, even if it only flickers now. You're not starting from scratch, you're returning to yourself. This is not about chasing illusions or proving anything to anyone. This is about remembering the version of you who once believed and giving them the space to lead again. That's what it means when I say destiny is calling, not through pressure but through presence. You'll know it by how it feels in your body. There will be a lightness, a quiet clarity, a sense that something is meant for you even if you can't explain why. And through all of this, there's another current moving underneath, a quiet shift toward peace. Many of you are entering a chapter where the chaos no longer fits. The drama no longer entertains. The tension no longer feels like home. You are being gently but firmly moved into stillness, into clarity, into an environment both physical and emotional where you can actually hear yourself think again. That shift is not always dramatic. Sometimes it just feels like walking away from a conversation that drains you. Sometimes it's a silent boundary. Sometimes it's sitting in your room with a candle lit and no noise at all, just you, your breath, and the awareness that you don't have to fight for peace anymore. You just have to choose it. This is what this transit is supporting in your life right now. Steady movement, soul remembrance, and a sacred transition toward inner stillness. Let it all come gently. Let it come in your own timing. The stars are already opening the path. All you need to do is trust where your soul is asking you to walk. And now, Leo, I want to speak to the part of you that's tired of carrying so much. The quiet weight, the stories you don't say out loud, the fears that sit behind your ambition. I know them. I've held them too. And what I've learned again and again is that fear doesn't disappear when we ignore it. It grows in the dark. But when we face it gently, honestly, with no need to win or fight, something in us starts to loosen. This is a moment to meet your fear without judgment. Not to silence it. Not to pretend it's not there. But to sit with it like an old friend who showed up uninvited, yet always had something to teach you. What are you afraid of right now, Leo? Is it failure, rejection, being misunderstood, or maybe it's the fear of actually getting what you want and realizing how much responsibility comes with it? Whatever it is, bring it to the light. Let it breathe. Because on the other side of that fear is your freedom. One of the most powerful practices I know is writing not for an audience, not for clarity, but for release. I want to invite you to write a letter, not to send, but to let go. It could be to someone who hurt you, to a younger version of yourself, or even to the fear itself. Say everything you've never had the space to say. Let it pour out without editing, without trying to sound wise or spiritual. Just honest. When you're done, read it if you need to. Then destroy it. Burn it safely. Tear it up. Rip it until the paper becomes soft in your hands. That act alone of transferring pain to page, then releasing it, is a ritual. It is a doorway out of what no longer belongs. And Leo, there's something else I need to say with love, but with truth. Some of you are not stuck, you're distracted. You're putting off what your soul has already asked for because you're afraid of what it might mean to follow through. I've done this too. Scrolled too long. Waited for the perfect moment. Blamed timing when really it was just fear wearing a different mask. But procrastination is not rest. It's not stillness. It's resistance. And in this moment, resistance is costing you your clarity. You don't need to do everything at once. You don't need to get it perfect. You just need to begin one honest step, one small decision, one quiet promise to yourself that you will not keep pushing your becoming to the back of the line. You are not here to delay your light. You are here to live it. So breathe, Leo. Make space for your fear without feeding it. Let the weight leave your hands through pen and fire, and when your mind wants to delay, ask your heart what it would do if it wasn't afraid. Then do just that, even if it's imperfect, even if it's small. Because every sacred life begins with one real step. And this right now could be yours. And finally, Leo, let's speak of the signs, those quiet confirmations from spirit that seem to appear when you need them most, not as answers, but as echoes of something you already feel inside. You've been sensing a surge of inspiration, maybe not fully formed, maybe still flickering like a new flame. But it's there, and the electric eel arrives now to remind you this spark is not random. It's divine. The electric eel is your spirit guide at this time, not because it's loud or commanding, but because it pulses with truth. It represents that moment when an idea comes out of nowhere and lights up your whole system, when something dormant inside you suddenly comes alive. You don't need to know every step yet. You don't need a perfect plan. What you need is to honor that initial jolt, that intuitive nudge that says, this matters. Right now, Spirit is asking you not to dismiss your ideas just because you don't see where they'll lead. Some dreams aren't logical, they're soul-guided. You're not here to fit into predictable timelines. You're here to create something that's never been done in your exact way. So take that idea seriously. Write it down. Speak it out loud. Begin where you are. Maybe it's a project, a conversation, a shift in your lifestyle. Maybe it's a small change in how you see yourself. Whatever it is, don't let it dissolve in the noise of daily life. These sparks don't come often, and when they do, they are invitations to co-create with the universe. Let the electric eel remind you the life you want is already reaching toward you, but it needs your energy to come alive. And as this new energy stirs, another message comes through, this time in numbers. If you've been seeing 7979, know that this is not coincidence. This number carries a frequency of release and rebirth. It's a message that you are shedding something old, a belief, a fear, a version of yourself that no longer fits. You are stepping into a timeline where you don't have to carry those limitations anymore. 7979 is a spiritual signature of transition. It tells you that the lessons have been integrated. The weight you've carried has taught you what it needed to, and now it's time to put it down. You are not who you were, and you don't need to perform your past anymore. You're being asked to refocus, to realign, and to rise not in a dramatic burst, but in quiet truth. You are already ascending, Leo. Not into something new, but into the fullness of who you've always been. So when you see 7979, whether on a clock, a receipt, or in passing, let it be a sacred mirror. Let it remind you that your path is not about perfection, but about presence. You are not broken. You are unfolding. You are not behind. You are arriving. And Spirit is walking with you in sparks and signs and in the stillness between them. And Leo, as we close this circle together, there's one more thread I must gently pull, one that's been weaving itself quietly into your field, whether you've noticed it or not. It's the connection to something vast, something beyond the noise of this world, something older than memory, yet closer than breath. You felt it, haven't you? In the way the light flickers strangely on your window, or how your eyes are drawn to a certain star night after night, or how the same number keeps finding you in moments of reflection. These are not accidents. They are alignments. There is a cosmic current flowing around you right now, subtle but unmistakable, and it is calling you to remember that you are not separate from the universe, you are made of it. The stars that light the sky above you are not just distant fires. They are your ancestors, your atoms, your story before it had a name. And lately the signs of this connection have been growing. The light reflections, the synchronicities, the sense that something invisible is moving around and within you, they are all part of a deeper spiritual awakening that is quietly accelerating. Many of you are seeing flashes of light or glimmers on the edge of your vision. Some of you are sensing presences when no one else is around, or feeling a magnetic pull towards certain places, songs, symbols, or constellations. This is not your imagination. This is your perception expanding. Your spirit is becoming more sensitive to energy, to messages, to timelines that are not bound by logic or language. You are tuning into the frequencies of your higher self, and what was once silent now has texture, tone, rhythm. You are listening with more than your ears. This awakening is not loud. It will not demand that you change your entire life overnight, but it will ask you to soften, to become more present, to question what you've always accepted, and to wonder again, not with fear but with reverence. There is wisdom flowing toward you now, from sources you can't fully explain, star systems, light beings, soul guides you've met before in dreams. And no, you don't need to figure it all out. You only need to stay open. So when you look at the sky and feel something stir in your chest, don't dismiss it. That star might be more than a star. That dream might be more than a dream. That knowing you can't explain might be the most honest part of you. You are not just waking up, you are remembering. Remembering who you are beyond this lifetime. Remembering that your light was never meant to fit in. It was meant to lead. You're not alone in this shift. The cosmos is listening. The stars are speaking. And your soul, dear Leo, is finally beginning to answer. And so, Leo, if you've made it here to the final moments of this journey together, I want you to take a breath, not just with your lungs, but with your whole being. Let it be a breath that gathers all the pieces of yourself you've scattered through worry, through duty, through trying to hold everything together. Let this breath be the moment you return fully quietly to yourself, because this moment in time, this window of cosmic alignment, this gentle yet powerful shift, it isn't asking you to become someone new. It's asking you to remember who you've always been beneath the noise, beneath the fear, beneath the roles you've learned to play. You were never meant to chase peace like a reward. You were meant to anchor it. You were never meant to wait for permission to shine. You were meant to recognize that the fire within you is divine. The universe isn't demanding perfection from you. It's inviting presence. It's asking you to trust the process even when it's quiet, even when the steps feel uncertain, even when the transformation doesn't yet make sense. The real growth often begins not when things are loud, but when you finally allow the silence to speak. And I know, Leo, you are ready. Not because everything is figured out, but because your soul is stirring. And that stirring is the beginning. So as you go forward from this message, I want you to carry one truth above all else: you are not behind. You are not broken. You are not too late or too much. You are in the exact unfolding that your soul has chosen. There is wisdom in your pace. There is medicine in your stillness. There is magic in the step you are about to take, even if it's a small one. Especially if it's a small one, and if no one has told you lately, let me be the one who says it clearly: I see you. I honor your path. And I believe with everything in me that you are exactly where you need to be. This is your time. This is your light. This is your quiet revolution. Let it begin with love, with grace, and with the deepest peace. Until next time, I'm Luna, and it's been an honor to walk beside you.